me a few minutes and I'll show you how to 10x your n8n and AI automation workflows and builds, not by piling on nodes, but by mastering one, the HTTP request node. Today, I'll show you the power of n8n's HTTP request node and use it to wire n8n automations and AI agents into go high level, pull live conversations, score them with AI, and push clean analytics into Airtable so your team acts on intent, urgency, and timing in real time. Most builders and AI automation enthusiasts treat automation like a checklist. Connect this, sync that, set a timer. But the pros and top 1% AI automation specialists knows that every slick node is just an API wrapper. If you can't speak APIs directly, you'll always hit limits. The one skill that multiplies everything you build in n8n is API integration. Master the HTTP request node, and you're no longer limited by native connectors. You can integrate any services available online, structure the data, and turn chat noise into decisions. This workflow is your blueprint to pro-level n8n. In this video, we are going to go deep into the rabbit hole of building AI-powered solutions with API integrations using the most advanced low-code automation tool. The HTTP request node is truly a pro builder's superpower. Leverage the skill of building advanced AI solutions with end-to-end API integrations. Real talk. Here's how the top 1% of AI automation engineers actually ship results. They don't wait around for native connectors. They treat API integration as the job, and the HTTP request node in n8n as the steering wheel. That's how we embed AI agents into mainstream platforms like Go High Level, even when native n8n integrations are thin or basically non-existent for the advanced workflows we need. We read the docs, hit the endpoints, pass the headers, paginate the data, and shape the responses so our workflows can make decisions, things like intent, urgency, and when a human should jump in. Once you think this way, you stop being limited by what nodes exist and start building real business systems. Pull conversations, enrich contacts, score with AI, route by pipeline, and upsert clean analytics, end to end. Mastering the HTTP request node isn't optional for pros. It's the multiplier that turns n8n from nice automations into 10x outcomes. Picture this. Your AI sales agents are out there hustling. Dozens, even hundreds of conversations are happening in real time. A prospect just hinted they're ready to buy. Another is frustrated because the AI missed a detail, and somewhere else, a golden lead is slipping away because no human is paying attention. That's the nightmare. Opportunity lost, not because your product is bad, but because your system didn't catch the moment when it mattered most. And that's why I built this, a workflow that listens to every single AI prospect conversation in real time. Sales is about timing. If a prospect says, "Can we move forward today?" and the AI delays or fumbles, you don't just lose a sale, you lose trust. And in high-ticket industries like funding or finance, one missed deal could be worth thousands. So my mission was to stop those cracks from ever opening, to give humans the exact visibility they need, only when it matters most. Think of it as a safety net that never sleeps. The system kicks off with a cron trigger, checking go high level every single minute. Get conversation from GHL. Now, let's go over the setup process for integrating the Go High Level API. We are interested in pulling in conversations from our GHL sub account, where all of the AI agent conversations with our leads or prospects are happening in real time. From the API documentations in GHL, we want to connect our n8n automation using HTTP requests into the search conversations endpoint. To do this, we need to copy the curl code from the API docs and paste it into our n8n automations like so. This will auto-populate our n8n HTTP request node with all the required parameters. For us to connect our workflow into the API endpoint, we need to set up an app in the Go High Level Marketplace by creating an account. Once you have your account set up, all you need to do is create an app to integrate this into any web applications online, wherein we need the authentication from our n8n automation. I will not go deep into the setup process for the app in Go High Level Marketplace, as this is another full video to cover. I will link a YouTube video in the description which you can use to set this process up for yourself if you want to replicate this system for yourself. You can also comment down below if you want me to create a step-by-step video on how I set up the Go High Level authentication, which I use to integrate the API integration in n8n. The key here is to make sure all of the required scopes shown from the GHL API docs are included in your app. And within the API credentials, we need to create from our n8n instance to connect and utilize the right API endpoint, such as fetching conversations, extracting contact data, and more. Using the Search Conversations API endpoint, we can now fetch all of the conversations happening inside our Go High Level account and fully access the data in our n8n automation system. It pulls in every conversation from SMS, email, and phone. No delays, no cherry picking. Each conversation gets cleaned and split out so we can look at them one by one. And then we enrich them with full contact and pipeline data. That means when we analyze, we don't just see the words. We see who is speaking, where they are in the pipeline, and what's at stake. Raw messages are like noise. They're chaotic, unstructured, and impossible to act on at scale. So I built a custom code node that sorts them, groups them by conversation ID, and formats them into a clear chat history. Now instead of a pile of random texts, we've got a neat storyline. Who said what, when, and how it unfolded. That story becomes the fuel for the intelligence layer. This is where it gets powerful. I run every conversation through an AI analyzer node. Think of it as a conversation coach watching over your AI. It asks, was the agent clear and helpful? Did it respond on time or did it stall? Was the tone right? Most importantly, is the prospect showing signals of high buying intent? And it doesn't just spit back answers. It scores the AI, flags urgency, and determines if human intervention is required right now. Then, another AI agent do deep analysis of each conversations. It categorizes which pipeline the prospect is in at the exact moment the conversation is happening. It gives the full reasoning how it assessed each conversations, flagging the gaps and issues in the AI conversation agent's performance in handling the sales process with the prospects. And it even crafts a tailored response or messages that should be sent to a specific prospect whenever a high urgency and high buying intent signal is found based on the full conversation history. It will tell you if human handoff is required to move the conversation with the help of your actual sales representative to convert the prospects into a full buying customer. All of this happens 24/7 while you're focused on what matters most in your business. Let the AI handle the mundane and give the best signal that moves your entire process into seamless and well-oiled money-making machine. Here's where the magic happens. The workflow pushes all high-intent or problematic conversations straight into Airtable. There, sales reps see the entire chat history alongside tags like high buying intent, urgent, or human needed. I even wired conditions so conversations drop into the right pipeline stage automatically, database reactivation, chase application, and more. It's not just monitoring, it's routing the right info to the right hands instantly. What does all this add up to? A system where AI carries the bulk of conversations, but humans get pulled in at the exact moments that matter. No more guesswork. No more silent lost leads. Your AI doesn't just talk anymore. It performs, and your sales team doesn't just monitor dashboards. Instead, they step in only when they're needed most. In the world of outbound sales, every conversation is a chance to win or lose. This workflow makes sure you win more often by combining automation, intelligence, and the human touch. If you're building AI sales systems and you want them to actually convert, not just chat, this is the blueprint. Subscribe and stick around because I'll be breaking down more systems like this one. And trust me, this is just the beginning.